So you know what? As a black man, I'm gonna show you how violent we really can get, right? You know what I hope happens to you? I hope a group of racist, conservative, flag-waving, loving white people string you up on the biggest tree they could find. I hope they get the biggest pickup truck with the strongest chain, wrap it about your ankles, drive 30, 40 miles per hour on the dirtiest, rockiest road possible, and have your skin shredded to the white meat.
Officer Tatum done did too much in these YouTube streets. Now he got YNs from California, Los Angeles, Chicago, even New York looking for him, cause he said that Ben Crump only want money. Nolan Wells' family only want money, and that's the reason why they don't want to hear the truth.
Benjamin Crump. For everybody that said Benjamin Crump wants to get to the bottom of this, he really care about Nolan Wells' family, I'm telling you guys, they do not care. It's just a money grab. How do you know, Mr. Tatum? Well, then why, when we reached out to Benjamin Crump, that they didn't respond to us, or they made some lame response after our 4th attempt to talk to him? Here's the email. This is the first time we reached out to Benjamin Crump. You can look at the email there, and you know exactly that we reached out to his team. We gave a generic media outreach, where we put the information in there and say, hey, we would love to have an open dialogue. We value the conversation. Here's something that we want to know from his perspective what he has, and we wanted to deliver what we have to him. All right, we did that the first time. Here's the second time.
5 days later.
5 days later, here's the next one. What was that, a day after that?
Yep.
And then here's the fourth one.
Yeah, the fourth one is 5:30 in the morning, and it's basically saying, hey, that's still... You go to the next one? Yeah, this is the first response I received, which is basically, or no, this is the final response where they basically say.
Yeah, so the final response said, thank you for reaching out, interest in speaking with Benjamin Crump, right?
Yep.
So the thing is, we reached out to Benjamin Crump. We reached out to talk to Benjamin Crump. We didn't reach out to talk to the family. We only wanted to talk to Benjamin Crump. Put the thing back up there. And so as you can see on there, it says, at this time, the family is taking a break from media engagement as they continue to grieve and spend time together. Why are you talking about the family? I know they're taking a break. Benjamin Crump should be taking a break. He's the attorney.
Correct.
We only wanted to talk to him. They acknowledge the fact that you reached out and interested in speaking with attorney Benjamin Crump, but says that the family is taking the time apart. It's a lame excuse for them not to engage with us. And people are running their mouth about whether or not they want to know the truth or not. We reached out to them plenty of times.
Justice can do a lot of things. Justice could put the right people behind bars. Justice could put society on notice. If you do wrong, there's consequences. But justice is not getting nobody paid, especially in situations like this. It's looking like Ben Crump broke it down to Nolan Wells' family and let them know, if y'all want to get paid, y'all gonna have to follow my lead. But if y'all want justice, it's a possibility y'all gonna be laying right next to your son. That's what it looked like. A lot of people agree with Officer Tatum, and I'm not one of those people. And I know for sure it's a lot of people out there that want to see this man dead.
You said it, y'all be able to see it. Before we put it out,
Absolutely.
You'll be able to see it. And that's exactly what we did. We did the interview. We talked to the other boys, but they didn't want to go on camera, which for obvious reasons, because of stuff like this. Let's put it out there of the kind of hate I'm getting for just interviewing. Roll the clip.
Here's my message to some of you ignorant, melanated people that's in my comment section and in my messenger, talking about I hate my people, I hate my race, and you want me to take up for people that's wrong just because they black.
If Harriet Tubman was alive today, she would blow your brains out without any hesitation. Your brain matter will be all over the ground. No bull. Like,
Time out. That's him dog whistling or trying to allude to the fact that he wants me dead. He thinks somebody should kill me because in 2026, what Harriet Tubman and them sacrificed for us to have freedoms and for us to get along with each other, I expressed that, and he think I should be killed. Harriet Tubman would have killed me for being fair to people and not basing stuff based on race. Let it go.
You made $20 million since 2017.
I made $20 million.
Since 2017.
2017.
And never holding white people accountable. And then you're wondering why people are in your inbox saying the things they're saying to you. You
Threatening my life?
cried real tears when a Nazi got his neck blown off.
Whoa.
Charlie's a
A
Nazi.
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 A Nazi. When a racist white person checks you, you do nothing, you say nothing. But when a black person says something you don't like, and I seen an interview, you was willing to throw hands with them, but call black people violent. Make that make sense. So you know what? As a black man, I'm gonna show you how violent we really can get, right? You know what I hope happens to you? I hope a group of racist, conservative, flag waving, loving white people string you up on the biggest tree they could find. I hope they get the biggest pickup truck with the strongest chain, wrap it about your ankles, drive 30, 40 miles per hour on the dirtiest, rockiest road possible, and have your skin shredded to the white meat. That is what I hope happens to you. Genuinely, that is what I hope happens to you.
Wow.
You hope I get tortured and killed
Drug behind a car.
like my ancestors, some of my ancestors, because I interviewed one kid, two kids, one black
Yeah.
and one white.
Right.
Just interviewed. I didn't speak for them. I let them say what they had to say.
Yeah.
I asked them the questions that y'all had and the accusations against them, and I let them talk on a podcast. And now I'm supposed to get drugged and killed and hanged from a tree by racist white people. Make your mind up, bruh. I'm chucking and jiving for the white man because I want to be white and all this, but then the same people gonna kill me for no reason.
Officer Tatum feel like he got a good thing going on. He's married, happily married, and he got to do what he got to do to put food on the table. He know what she like. He know what she want. He don't give a damn about how none of y'all feel about it. Miss Tatum got expensive taste. So as far as Nolan Wells, he fooled. He feeding his kids with Nolan Wells right now. He wish somebody else would drop dead so he could make some money off of that too. You know it's a sad situation when Plies had to break character and speak on this.
Hey, just real quick, man. I know a lot of y'all been following this whole Nolan Wells thing way longer and more in depth than me. I ain't took the time to dive in it, but at some point I am and give y'all my honest opinion on it. But I was just on the plane and I seen like two clips. I guess it just was intended for me to see it. But it was one video they showed. They were just panning, I guess, Horn Island, showing y'all the boats and the people and shit who was at Horn Island that day. And I say, shit, you see all the flags and shit on all the boats. I say, shit, man, this is a rally. This is like a rally to me. Shit, I don't know what it looked like to y'all. I said, man, this is like a rally. And I already know what some people gonna say. Oh, them just people who love their country and with the American flag. Listen, I love my country too, but it's just like I tell people about that American flag today means something totally different to me than it meant when I was in elementary. When I was in elementary, they just make us stand up, put our hand over our heart, and sing the pledge of allegiance. What they told me that flag stood for back then, and how I feel when I see the American flag today, it's two different things. It's like when I just see the Confederate flag hanging off the back of that pickup truck. It told me all I needed to know about that pickup truck. I know that. To me, it did. And then I went a step further. I said, man, let me look at some of the let me screenshot some of these flags. Let me see what kind of flags even hanging in there. Look at this flag right there. Shit, ain't no way. That skull, I don't know what that even means. Skull head, blank. Shit. And then TMZ, I see the 911 call they put out. I listened to the 911 call. This fucked me up. What I got?
Sorry, look. Hey, hello, can you hear me? Yeah, what?
Yeah, what? That lady said, can you hear me? Yeah, what? Shit. Well, I know what nice sound like, and I know what not nice sound like too. And then on the same call, he said he's sinking, the boat sinking. She said, sir, you need us to get the National Coast Guard out there. No, don't send no guard.
I really don't have a strong opinion on nothing that's happening with Nolan Wells right now, because if you give your truthful, honest opinion, there's somebody out there willing to combat you, and it's going to be nothing but conflict, regardless of how you feel about it. People online are willing to go to war over what you got to say about Nolan Wells. Yeah, that's how you feel, but a lot of people may not agree with how you feel, and you say to yourself, what the hell with them people? I'm gonna feel the way I want to feel regardless. But if you got a platform and you speaking on stuff like this, you inviting yourself to war.
Stand behind that. Black men off each other the most in this country, and we don't even make up the population of this country. We are the smallest part of the country. But why are black men offing each other the most in this country? We need to do better
Why
as
do you hate
people.
black
And I know
people?
y'all don't think that. What? I'm sorry?
Why do you hate black people?
I don't hate
Why
black
do you
people.
have
What I'm
such
saying,
animosity? You
me
come
saying that we
across
should
like
be
you have
better is not, that's
animosity
not
towards us.
hate. Saying
It
that we should be
is.
better is not hate. No, it's not.
You come
I want us
you
to
come
be better
across
as
as if you have
people. I want
self-hate.
us to be, wanting to be better as a
That's not
person is not
better.
hate. If you want your
Defending
children to
yourself is
be,
not
if you want your
defending
children to
yourself.
be
You
good
have
people
black
in the
people.
world, you teach them to be good
You want
people
us
in
to
the
be less.
world. That's not,
You're
that's
speaking
not
as
hating your children. That is
you
teaching them to
speaking
be
as if
better.
we should
How
be
is that
lesser
hate? How is that hate,
because you're
sweetie?
speaking
If I
because
if I tell my children,
you sound as if we
if
should
I
be
tell my
lesser
children to be better than other people in school, how is that hate? When I'm trying to tell them to be
because
a better
this
person, that's not hate,
okay.
baby.
What
That's
would you
what you need
tell
to
your children?
understand.
Okay, if you saying better, what do you think is better? If someone is trying to attack you, you don't think that black people have the right to defend themselves?
Definitely, but like most people have already said, both parties could have been handled differently. That's just the bottom line. It could have been handled differently on both sides. Bottom line.
Another brother dead in Mississippi. This has been going on since America was born. Probably even before then, we just don't know how deep the history really go. It's the same story all across the world. It's sort of like people want justice but don't know how to go about getting the justice. Don't nobody want to go out like Malcolm X. Don't nobody want to go out like Dr. King. We don't already seen so many examples of what it takes to get justice. I think Nolan family just gonna get the bag. I want y'all to listen to this update.
Nolan Wells, he's the 18-year-old whose death during a 4th of July boat trip to a remote Mississippi island is igniting nationwide debate. Jennifer, I want to take a moment to hear what Stephen A. Smith said about this case on Cuomo just a few days ago.
Listen, you're a dad. I'm a dad. We send our children out, and first of all, regardless of what ethnicity, regardless of what color we're talking about here, we send our children out, and you're the only one that doesn't come home alive. I'll be damned if the Chris Cuomo that I know doesn't want answers and doesn't expect answers. You know me, and I'm going to push for answers. So for no one to have answers as to what happens is when the suspicion elevates exponentially.
Seeing the video of Nolan is just so heartbreaking. He seems like such a happy kid. Now, the Daily Mail has identified a 19-year-old young woman who Nolan was last seen speaking to. Now, his friend said he chose to stay behind on Horn Island with that woman. But the woman's sister is claiming that's not true. He was ready to get back on the boat that he came on. Are all these differing accounts and a lack of understanding concerning to you?
Well, I think two things can be true at once. It makes sense that he went off to see about a girl, as they say, and that they had conversation and that he decided to go back and be with friends. So I think it's more of a timing issue rather than something that is untrue on either end. I think both can be true at the same time.
Nolan's death is going to the Mississippi grand jury. The DA said something interesting, that the evidence will not be public until the grand jury reviews it first. The DA says this is to protect the integrity of the investigation and that the grand jury will ultimately decide if someone will be charged. Jennifer, do you believe someone could be charged in his death? Is this just an accident gone terribly wrong?
Well, with what we know, in other words, review of all the surveillance information we have, with actually getting to hear from one of the witnesses, one of his best friends that was there throughout the situation, listening to the calls that were made, the Coast Guard contact, as well as the riptide situation in that area. When you add it all together, what we see publicly seems to be an accident. Having said that, of course, there's going to be information. 60 witnesses interviewed. I doubt if this, from what we know, will come back with the true bill.
All I know is Nolan Wells putting food on a lot of people's table. Rest in peace. It's sickening really when you think about it, how people surviving off of this man's death. They eating off his carcass like he a steak at Ruth Chris. Officer Tatum doing way too much. Y'all gotta let me know how y'all feel about this in the comment section, man. And one more thing before I go.
Subscribe to my channel if that's what you want. But if that's not what you like, then you must be a punk. Hold on now, here we go. Who is this girl? She got that junk in her trunk. Baby girl, back it up, poke out your rump. It's S.A.T that you want, and my music hit